holiday or not, as the case may be.
A couple of days, walking around the hills, sleeping in a tent. Sounds delightful.
Hope you don't snore.
Why do you?
No.
Good.
Should never ask a lady if she snores.
Team building and taking responsibility is central to the ethos of the Fighter Control Branch.
That sun's nice.
It is nice and warm. The Fighter Control Branch gives an opportunity very early on in your career to take charge of airmen and airwomen. Now what they're looking for in you as an officer is someone that can guide them. What we need to do is we need to use the information that we learnt at Cranwell within those 6 months to use our leadership skills to communicate effectively and prove to them that we are what we're supposed to be, and that is an officer in the Air Force.
We are looking for really high calibre, highly motivated young men and women.
These days, with operations in Kosovo or policing no-fly zones over Iraq, the rules of engagement can be very complex indeed.
The rewards are phenomenal in terms of achievement, and to achieve a kill or to achieve a satisfactory conclusion is what it's all about. Fighter control has in fact developed quite significantly over the last 10 years, where in the past we would have simply controlled fighters. Today we are transiting very much towards battle management and joint operations.
In a situation where we appear to be outnumbered, looking in the region of 1.5 to 2 times outnumbered of our own forces.
It is a crucial role. Senior officers need to be constantly updated on strategy, techniques and tactics. Like any career worth having, it's a permanent learning curve.
They're actually protecting their AWACS, so it's protecting the high-value asset over the back there.
Absolutely.
So today, what we look for in our young men and women is someone who can be responsible for high-value aircraft, expensive communication systems, expensive radar systems, and be able to manage those systems in a very safe and a very controlled way. That takes a special type of person, normally with lots of confidence, the ability to work well under pressure, to think clearly, and of course to think quickly.
Well, number 1 ACC is number 1 air control centre, and my route into the Air Force and fighter control was I was at university in the city in London, hoping to go into a very lucrative job with a big merchant bank doing currency and fund management and the likes. But I saw the great people around in the city and decided that I needed more of a challenge.
Rather than based down a bunker or up in the aircraft, we'll deploy into the field anywhere in the world, hide in the field and control aircraft from a hidden location. Our task is also to move at regular intervals so that the enemy, when they do find out where we are and then they task their bombers to come and drop bombs on top of us, we've already moved on to a new location. So that is the aim of 1ACC. We play a hide-and-seek game with the enemy.
Cool. So I've done a little bit.
We've been on the go now since 6 o'clock this morning. We've moved from our home base, we've deployed down into this area. We're now setting up the C-squared, the radar. We're putting out ground defence pickets to protect us, and we're planning operations for the next day. And it is a long job, and we're going to carry on now for another 3 or 4 hours. So by the time we get to bed, we'd have been working about 20 hours at the moment, and you have to be physically fit, there's no doubt about it. I've been doing this now for 16 years, and in 1ACC they all meet a big challenge. I mean, we all work together very closely as a team, we work very well together, and we get a big kick of seeing it all come together and actually work. And that's, for a job, I think that's just fantastic.
You've got a secondary emergency system that is currently 40 miles west.
One of the things the ADFC tries to teach us is to do many complicated tasks as they can actually fit into the session. It sounds very easy to do, But if you sit down the average person and give them 60 or 70 maths questions to do, start piling a bit of pressure onto them, make them hurry along a little, they're going to very quickly make a mistake.
Pressure. It's a very intense situation. Obviously, you're dealing with 3 dimensions, and it's the difficulty is making what you see, which is 2 dimensions on a radar screen, and transposing that into a 3-dimensional situation with people's lives at stake.
After 6 intensive weeks, it's results day.
Come in. Morning, Al.
Hi, sir.
Thanks very much. Please take your hat off and grab a seat. And thank you for coming in. Nell, I've just received from the instructors the results of the Air Defence Foundation course, and it gives me a lot of pleasure to be able to say congratulations, you've passed the course. I'm delighted to be able to inform you that you have successfully passed the course, so very well done.
Thank you, sir.
My favourite one. It's finished now,
Rest, recreation, and looking to the future.
We both passed ADFC, but ongoing weapons, I start in 3 months' time. It's going to be fantastic. I'm very happy.
Yeah, I mean, I got Stream Systems, which to me is what I always wanted to do. It's fantastic. I mean, the last 6 weeks have been really hard, but at the end of the day, I've got what I wanted to do, and I spent the last 2 years waiting to do this, and now I'm doing it. It's excellent.
Armed with state-of-the-art technology, fighter control is challenging existing frontiers. It demands accurate, high-speed decision-making. Royal Air Force. Fighter control. Are you up to it?